Thanks for stopping by. You are listening to the video recording of our episode. You can catch our streams live most Tuesday nights at 7:30 Eastern. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to get updates about our schedule. All our stream info and links are in the description below and at links.chaoticallybalanced.com. If you would like access to our Discord community perks and to see exclusive content through Coffee, visit chaoticallybalanced.com/support. Thanks! Let's head into the adventure. Welcome, adventurers. This is part 2 of a live-streamed episode. To get immediate access to our full episodes, please visit chaoticallybalanced.com/support or links.chaoticallybalanced.com. Thanks. We'll see you on the next one. And welcome back. Thank you all for staying tuned during this somewhat chaotic but more calm evening. We're going to pick up right where we left off with everyone getting their loot and provisions back onto their traveling ship, Joaquim's ship, the new sailing ship. Can I blow up the ship now?
Go for it.
We'll wait until we're a safe enough distance away.
Oh, okay.
And I'd say once we're at least a ship and a half's length away, then we can go ahead and detonate.
Won't take you very long to get to that distance away.
Are we shooting flaming arrows?
Oh no, I got this. And he out of his backpack pulls out a handgun.
Jesus Christ.
Although, how long is your ship? Yeah, I'm not sure I can make it with this. I don't think this has a long enough range. He puts it back. He points to the gun on that's slung across Deedle's back. What about that? I know how to use that. That can make the shot. Yeah. I was trained on how to use long-range rifles.
Can you show me?
Do you want me to show you how to use a long-range rifle? And Mr. Belfast is standing here. Excuse me, I'm right here. I also know how to shoot these weapons. I made half of them. What's wrong with me teaching you how to shoot?
1, you're slimy. 2, you're too tall. 3, I don't like you.
I'm not... He looks over to you, Eunor. I'm not slimy. He's looking at his hands. His arm.
She's just gonna look at him. Blank-faced.
He's gonna walk over and go downstairs and just kind of pout in a corner.
Well, kind of put both of her hands out and be like, Deedle, my weapon, please.
Deedle, do you hand her weapon?
Yeah, I'm gonna hand it to her.
Lala, go ahead and make a an athletics check.
My laptop just died out of absolutely nowhere with no warning. Give me 2 seconds because it started. I got it started back up. I don't know why it just. But I
That's
don't know.
odd.
It was. It normally, warns you. Let's see. Okay,
Oh, that
but
came
we're
back up fast.
gonna reconnect like immediately. Yeah, it was. The whole thing's very odd.
So it's 17.
It would be a 17. Yes.
Yeah, you're fine. You're able to carry it over. It's kind of a hassle for you to. It's hard for you to carry it. You have to like bear hug it, but you're able to get it over to the. I guess now you have to be towards the back of the boat.
Yes.
So you gotta get your puppy off you, and you gotta come over here. And Harold Fildo comes over here. All right, now look right at the right halfway down the barrel. You see those things that are folded up?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta flip those down. Those are the feet. You gotta flip them down. Make a triangle. It'll be a tripod for you.
Oh. Click, click. She
Now set
settles
those on the
right away.
banister so it's level. Make sure both feet are solid on the banister.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be a little too tall for you.
She'll get like a box, stand on it.
Okay, that works. I was gonna tell you to lay down on your torso, but that's fine. That's good. So you stand up on the box, so you're now at level with it. All right. Now make sure the butt end of it, the back, and he smacks the stock of the rifle, is not on your shoulder joint. It should be on your bicep.
That's this bit. Okay.
Put
Like
one hand.
front of it?
Yes, that bit should be pressing up against your bicep.
Okay.
If this thing recoils and hits your shoulder, you're not going to have use of your arm for a while.
What's a recoil?
When you fire, pull the trigger and fire the weapon blows back because of the force. That is a recoil.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Grab the handle
This
and
one?
rest your finger above the trigger. Yes.
Okay.
Now he looks at this again. This one, you just load a bullet in the side of it and lock the chamber.
Is there bullets in this?
I'm just gonna reach into the handy haversack and pull out a handful and hand them to her.
She hands you a handful of bullets. In this case, a handful of bullets is like 4.
Okay. She'll put 3 of them in her pocket and fiddle with the little door that he showed her to get it open and slink one in there.
Okay. So, you are not proficient with firearms.
Nope.
This is going to be one hell of a roll.
I have help though.
Help doesn't help you fire a weapon. The help's negating any disadvantage that you get because you're so tiny. Go ahead and roll a It'd be equivalent to your dexterity check.
Okay. I'm going to inspiration that because that is too much. That's too much pour. 17?
A 17?
Yeah, plus 4.
So, a 17 is not bad for a first-time shooter. It fires. You feel it recoil back against you. Almost throws you off of your perch that you have. And the bullet just goes sailing wide and then lands in the arcs into the water.
Woo! Did you see it? Oh man, that was fun.
You all just watch Lala fire her first gun.
She's standing on a box, like on one foot, just celebrating, pointing at the other ship.
Okay. Congratulations, but you missed.
I mean, yeah, but I shot it.
Now reload it. Don't touch the cartridge when it comes out. It's gonna be hot.
Oh. She opens the thingy and I'm guessing it just pops out.
Yeah, it pops out this like small black cartridge. This isn't quite a single load where you have to pack the gunpowder in it, but it's also not quite a modern sniper rifle. This one's designed more so with powder packed casings, and then it's still like the ball, the rifled ball on the end of the casing. So the empty casing comes out that had the packed powder in it.
I like how you describe this to me as if I have any idea what you're talking about. Excellent. She will put another one in the hole and do the chick.
Okay. For reloading, I'm going to have you make a. It'd be sleight of hand.
Oh, I'm good at that. Why I suck today? Inspiration. 12 plus 8.
So dirty 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to reload it without much hassle. It is quite hot in the chamber, and the casing that comes out is also quite hot. So much so that it steams a little bit in the air, in this ocean air. You are reloaded. You can fire again whenever you would like.
Woo!
Now, look down the sights of this. See there's 2 lines here right close to you, and there's 2 lines at the end of the barrel. You see, you want to line those 2 lines up into that hole in the other ship.
And you didn't bother to tell me this the first time?
I just wanted to make sure you could shoot it the first time.
Howard, are you suggesting you don't have faith in me?
My name's Harold, thank you very much, not Howard. And no, I do not have faith in first-time shooters.
Sorry, I'm dying for a moment. That is normally the sort of thing I would do on purpose, but I'm just an idiot today.
Listen, I thought you did do it on purpose, so...
I know. That is indeed the same thing I would normally do on purpose. Anyway, Okay.
Fire whenever you would like. Also, this thing is loud for all of you on the deck, and for you, Joaquin, as you're trying to navigate your ship to turn around. This thing is loud when it goes off. So 21.
Yeah. Or no, 20. I have +4.
Oh, you're +4 dexterity. Okay, 20.
Mhm.
This shot's better. It fires. It goes towards it. Now Harold says, "Now, pay attention to where that lands."
Okay.
So you're watching. You're watching. And then it hits like down a couple feet and to the right a couple feet from the opening on the other ship. Because you see the explosion of the explosive round.
Mm-hmm. So we have to pull more left and up.
That is correct.
Cool. She
You have another shot.
she kind of dinks the gun to realign it. And another sleight of hand.
This one will not require sleight of hand because you now know how to reload it without much issue.
Okay. Then reloading.
And you can fire whenever you would like.
Tink tink. It's another 17.
17.
I'll add a hero point because I never use them anyway.
Go ahead.
Plink. Boo.
19.
Yeah.
So this one you fire. And you kind of hold your breath for a while, for like a second or two. And then it passes the time when it hit the ship on the other side. So you're like, huh, this one's traveling longer. And then you see a little flash from inside the hole. And then it goes away. And then the shock wave happens. And you see the ship just explode and splinter in the distance. The masts fall over. You see the ship like kind of cutting in half almost. And the shock wave hits your ship. All of you are blown like a step backwards as the shock wave hits. And your ears are ringing a little bit from how explosive the shot was.
Lala falls off her box.
It seems you hit the center of the stack.
Whoa.
Or at least
Holy shit.
close enough to it.
Was awesome.
Your arm hurts.
You goddamn near almost blew me out my shell.
We should find more things to shoot.
Bad guys?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Or buildings?
Buildings. Holes in pursuer sails.
I'm not gonna waste a bullet on a hole. That was amazing.
DM,
Yeah.
is there a way that we could somehow take Nosferatu's ability to drain blood and put it onto a bullet?
Not with your present capabilities.
That is mad
That's not-
scientist shit.
That's not a no.
Lala kind of hoists her gun down with both of her arms. It's like, thank you.
You hoist it up and you try to carry it, and it just kind of, your one arm that's been taking the brunt of the recoil is just kind of like dead. So you drop it. Essentially, it's like pointed down at the deck, and you can't pick it up. You're basically bracing it with one hand.
Oh, fuck. She'll release the old casing and look back up at Deedle and be like, help. My arm is broken.
I'm gonna reach down and pick her up.
You're gonna pick Lala up?
Yep.
Where are you putting her?
Where are we going?
Is there like barrels close by with like something behind it?
Yeah, there's barrels leaned up against the lifeboat on the side that she's at.
Place her there and tell her, try using this as a brace so it doesn't kick the hell out of you.
She like examines it. Next time.
That's the basics of shooting. There are other lessons, but for now, I think that's fine.
Has anyone ever told you you'd make an excellent big brother Harold?
No, usually I just get smacked around a lot and threaten to be thrown overboard.
Is that what you like?
Is that a trick question?
No.
Then no.
You'd make an excellent big brother Harold.
I would rather not have my life threatened.
Oh no. Having siblings doesn't threaten your life. It's okay. I mean, it might threaten your mother's life, like a little bit. But once they're out, she's probably good.
I don't have a mother.
Everyone has a mother, Harold. Come on. You didn't spring fully formed from some man in another plane of dimensions imagination.
That was quite the description. Have you had experience with men from other dimensions, imaginations?
Wow, that's really personal. We were just talking about your mom.
Who I don't have. I was left on the steps of a church.
Maybe it was a nun. And she loved you deeply, but would have gotten in trouble, so she had to pretend that somebody abandoned you there. And you know what? The world's complicated. Let's see what they're doing over there. She points.
To where?
I don't know, over to Ynor, Joaquin, whoever else is on the ship.
Well, Joaquim's just maneuvering the ship. Ynor and Kraka, what would you have been doing while Lala was practicing her shooting skill?
Probably hanging out with Poppy.
I would have been watching. Now since the excitement's over, I'm gonna go put away all our cargo.
Okay. You start carting it downstairs, and you see Tyrone Belfast just kind of leaned up against some of the crates down here, sulking in the dark.
What are you doing down here in the dark?
I'm not needed, apparently, so I'm just going to stay down here like a prisoner.
What do you mean you're not needed?
Your friend up there trusted some stranger instead of me to help her learn how to shoot.
Well, you know, you did try to get us to work for you to make money, and then all your machinery that you built did kind of turn on us. So I can understand a little bit why she doesn't trust your word. But
Not my machinery. I didn't build those things. Just the power cells, and not even the power cells. The prototype of the power cells. Someone reverse engineered my creation. It wasn't mine.
Where'd you... Who do you think did this?
Could have been anyone. Could have been one of my clients. Could have been one of the governments. Could have been a mole in one of the governments.
I understand it could be anybody, but I'm just asking if you have a hunch on who would want to do this to you.
You know, I did just up my contract price with the king of Ishania. Maybe he had someone do it to me.
You'd steal your stuff and reverse engineer it just because you raised the price?
I don't know.
Sounds legit, you know. Kings are greedy.
Would he destroy his own city, though?
It depends. Maybe he had a vision of rebuilding anew. You know, you must destroy if you want to rebuild anew.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what we find once we get to my storehouse. Here, let me help you with some of those supplies. And he stops leaning against stuff and walks over and starts helping you carry the stuff into the galley/kitchen.
Thanks, you didn't have to do that. But thank you.
All right. Wakeem, since you are currently the one driving the ship, and we haven't done one of these in quite a while, I'm going to have you roll a D100.
D100 coming your way. Oh, there it is.
$53. As you're sailing out into the deeper ocean, you do see that there's some darker clouds. Nothing too crazy. But it does begin to rain on you guys.
Yeah, it's fine. We can deal with it. I don't mind the rain.
So for you all, that would be Lala, Deedle, Yenor, and your new friend Harold. You are all also getting rained on.
Yeah.
I don't like being soaked from the rain. I don't know
Hello,
about you guys.
Nope, I'm coming. She's gonna follow Deedle below deck.
Harold's gonna go with you.
I've gotta slink around this place.
The Elemanther puppies just kind of sprawl out on the deck, and Poppy's just gonna shake her feathers. Yenor, you get subsequently soaked because she does the whole full body shake.
Yep.
Lala, Deedle, and your new friend Harold, you all see Kraka and Mr. Belfast having a conversation in the kitchen as they're loading up your supplies.
What's going on down here?
Oh, nothing. Just catching up with Mr. Belfast, trying to see where he disappeared to. And how he got captured.
I'm just helping him with the supplies. After all, you didn't want me to teach you anything.
You're very sensitive for a rich guy.
I was just kidnapped.
Yeah? I've been kidnapped before. Frankly, the first thing on my mind isn't stewardship. You have a family you miss or something?
Not particularly.
You're a lonely, lonely rich man. You have my pity.
I don't want your pity.
You have it anyway.
However, where we're heading, I may be able to help you learn how to use different weapons as well.
Different, like...
A lighter, smaller version of that rifle.
Interesting.
Different kinds of power armor.
There's different kinds.
Yeah, there's so many variations than just the ones you've come across.
Oh, hi. Nice to see you there. Thanks for stopping by and enjoying the show. You can support us further by leaving a like and review. Spread the fun by sharing with your friends. We're sure they'll have a good time. You can also help us by heading over to our Ko-fi page at chaoticallybalanced.com/support, linked in the description below, and seeing what exclusive content is available to you. Alright, it's time to get back into the adventure.
Other people invent them too.
Yes, there are many a tinkerer and engineer and enchanter. I'm not the inventor of the power armor. I know how to create them. I made the most efficient power cell, which you have come across in your various defenses of innocence. The unfortunate side effect of having a power cell is someone using it for something other than its intended purpose.
Isn't the intended purpose to power a mechanical armor weapon?
Yes, but they have turned it into a exoskeleton that can imprison somebody within the exoskeleton and make them crazy, as you've come across already. The guys that took out the ship, the airship, with the pink mist in their helmets. Those guys.
I'm just invested in where exactly you draw the lines in your morality.
Human experimentation
That's very specific.
is where the line is drawn. I will experiment with machines and constructs and equipment and weapons, but I will not experiment on humans.
It's very specific.
Ah,
What?
Krako, was it? You asked me if I had any idea about who else could have done this. I said the king. But there's someone specific within that had asked me to do some human experimentation, as this conversation just jogged my memory. You know, someone should really get your investigator friend down here. She'd want to hear this part, probably.
Yenor!
I'll start going down.
Thesson hops off your shoulder and hops onto Poppy's head. And just kind of starts cleaning himself in the rain.
Okay.
You go downstairs and you see Kraka and Mr. Belfast in the kitchen organizing materials, and you see Harold kind of just looking around in awe and sitting like he's never been able to sit and relax before. And Deedle's just down here trying to stay dry. Investigator Grey Breeze. Your boss was very interested in human experimentation.
Gonna have to be more specific.
On which part?
All of it, honestly. Who do you think my boss is?
The Iron Fist.
Oh, of course he is. That creep.
You have it, not the Iron Hand. Not his right hand man.
Yeah, he's the
The
creepy guy
top
who
guy.
runs everything.
Yeah, who you haven't met yet.
Yeah. Creepy guy.
He was interested in doing some experiments on humanoids with some of my technology, and I had told him that I was opposed to that idea.
So you tell him no. His right-hand guy shows up, conveniently disappears before shit goes down, and then you get kidnapped.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's totally all a coincidence.
I never said it was a coincidence.
I'm just being sarcastic.
Anyway. I don't think this could have gone down while without the king's knowledge in some way, shape, or form. Or I could be wrong and there's another hand at play here entirely. Maybe I'm thinking too personal. Maybe it's not about me or Belfast Industries at all.
DM, just to remember, it was like his mech suits that we were fighting in Zatha, correct? They were similar?
Not the mech suits. The exoskeletons with people trapped inside.
Yes.
With the pink mist.
Yes.
That's not his mech suits are much larger.
Okay.
Like those things were slamming into the wall to try to break the gate. His mech suit could walk up to the wall and kick it and the gate would open.
Okay.
We just have to get to my warehouse.
Couple days out.
Once we get to my warehouse, hopefully it hasn't been found yet. We'll be able to gather more munitions and supplies and maybe potentially start a project for all of you. Get you some more firepower.
Sorry, a project? You weren't planning on putting us in one of those armor suits, were you?
I don't have those armor suits that make the pink mist. I do have schematics for power armor.
Yeah, I get it. But being a walking weapon...
Could be useful.
I mean, I guess if you want to be a one-person army, it's not really my style.
Wouldn't need to be a full suit either.
You could probably fire the big gun by yourself.
He considers this.
There are very many different types of these power suits. Suits is a broad term. Some of them are simply just exoskeletons that enhance your already existing physical abilities, while others are completely enclosed to shield you from environmental factors. And you've seen some at docks that are built to withstand sieges and fire back very large cannons. You've come across some of the speedy ones. I believe in one of the reports you were boarded by an individual that had a full set of power armor. Go ahead, Lala.
They know that.
You had given this information to Bavin and Lady Wren.
Oh, true. Bevin does know shit, doesn't he?
And Bavin, while maybe a little distrusting of Mr. Belfast obviously has some level of security clearance with all of the governments to know this information. He is, after all, a defense contractor. Who knows, if my hidden storehouse is untouched, we could even use it as a staging ground for gathering more allies and planning what to do next to get the proper governments back in control.
Yeah, guys, come on down to the swamp. We'll get the government back in order.
The swamp has its advantages. They can't move their giant mechs or tanks down into it. They can't do detailed surveillance overhead from their airships. They have to get boots on the ground and into the muck to find us.
You're gonna tell me that you're not slimy. Meanwhile, the man defends a swamp.
I haven't been to this storehouse in years.
A lot of cobwebs about.
Who knows? It could be overrun with kobolds or something.
Oh dear.
at this point, is there anything else anyone wants to accomplish, discuss, do? As the late afternoon is now turning towards evening.
At some point, Lala's going to sneak away and disappear again to try and find a new place to sleep that is similar to her previous one, where she has a sentinel, even if he doesn't know he is.
I would roll a stealth check then.
If you wouldn't mind, I did have to step away for 1 second.
I'm gonna do that for you. That would be a natural 20 for a 32. So everyone gets an inspiration back. And you are able to very easily step away.
Yes. If nobody had picked it up yet, that is the reason why Lala sleeps specifically in the cubby of Joaquin's quarters, is because it is enclosed and safe, and she has a sentinel, so if something goes wrong, Joaquin wakes up and will be sure to be killed while she slips away.
Is anyone doing anything else?
Now, Joaquin is tired. He is exhausted. And
Yes.
injured.
Now the ship does have a somewhat of a
Autopilot.
kind of. It's not quite autopilot because you can't have it go where you tell it to because it doesn't have a navigation system. But it will keep course essentially. It will course adjust, more like cruise control.
Exactly. Okay. So yeah, I guess
It'll keep you
will.
on course.
All right. So I'll set the course. Once I'm happy with it, I will set the cruise control, and then I would get ready to hunker down for bed.
Okay. Are we doing watches or are we just all sleeping?
I think Crockett and I are both good with navigator's tools, and Harold may or may not be, so we could do navigational watches as well, potentially. If that's what the captain wishes.
That works. Or we can do watches.
So there will be 4 watches. They don't necessarily have to be done in pairs. Who wants to take the first watch? Bearing in mind that Lala, you have already gone into your hidey hole, and that Wakim, you are preparing to go to rest.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Where are you going to take your first watch? Are you going to go? It's still raining, unfortunately.
I'm gonna grab myself something to cover the top of me at the crow's nest.
You grab a tarp of sorts,
That works.
and you throw it around yourself like a cloak, and you can scurry up the crow's nest and throw it up over yourself and kind of peek out like a little foxhole. Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm gonna. I don't want to reroll, but I will definitely. Can I do hero or yeah?
Yes, you can add a hero point.
Okay.
That'd be D6.
Nice. 32. Or nope, 18.
18. Not bad. The rain is hindering you somewhat, especially since you're looking out like a gremlin. But you don't really see anything keeping your head on a swivel. Nothing that draws your attention. The ship seems to be staying course. The waves are a little choppy, but nothing like the monstrous waves you guys have weathered previously. Every so often you do see like a set of fins come up out of the water and then go back down. Like there's just ocean life swimming around you. But your watch ends without incident. Who is taking next watch?
During her watch, I would have stayed up a little bit and cooked food for everybody so they had something to eat during their watch, and then I would have took second watch.
Okay. What food are you cooking?
I'm making a main course of a salad with a side of like just like toppers, like some of the dried meat I'll leave out, some of the I don't know, cheeses, I guess, if we have any cheeses or whatever else, some fish, I'd cook up some fish and put it on ice or something.
Oh, thank you, Crocker.
Okay. So you're able to make some of this stuff and preserve it in a way that it would last throughout the night and still be relatively fresh. And as you see Deedle, you do that right before you tuck in for the night. There is a lower deck here, so the animals are staying up there, but like Mr. Belfast and Harold are kind of just chilling here. Down below on the what would be the third lower deck, there are more beds down there. So, Enor, where would you be going to sleep? Would you stay closer to the main deck, or would you want to go down to where there are some more open beds?
I'll go down to a bed.
Okay. Kraka, where would you sleep after you're done cooking the food?
I'd find a moist corner and just nuzzle up in my shell.
So you easily find that actually down here, right outside the kitchen area. And Deedle ends her shift, comes down here. You see Kraka kind of retracted in his shell as you come down the stairs. How do you wake him for his shift, Deedle?
What was that about, Deedle?
How do you wake Kraka for his shift?
I'm gonna grab a hold of his hand and just like, hey.
You have to stick your arm in his shell because he retracts in his shell.
Mm-hmm.
Kraka, you feel someone disturbing your inner peace within your shell and trying to shake you awake.
Come on, get up.
And just like slowly pop my head out of my shell and like look around, and then I see it's Deedle, and I'm like, oh, time already?
Yep.
All right. Did you grab something to eat while you were doing your rounds?
No, didn't know there was food, but now that I do, I'm gonna definitely go eat something and go crash out.
Thought I said something, but I guess I was just whooped.
That's alright. See you in a few hours. Thank you for the food.
You're welcome. We'll see you when the sun's up.
Indeed. Night night.
Kraka, you go up to the main deck, and because you are one of the navigator checkers, you go up to the steering column. While you're not 100% sure how this particular ship works, you do know general navigation and where you're supposed to be going. So go ahead and make a survival check and add your proficiency bonus for your navigator tools. That'd be a survival check +4. Oh, you have a thing for navigator's tools.
And because I'm proficient with them.
Yeah. That is a 21. So yeah, you see the ship is still on course. It's been pretty good at keeping itself course corrected with the little bit of the choppy water and the rain. And about this time, the rain lets up. It's like around midnight now. So now it's just ocean.
So we're still heading the same direction we're supposed to be?
Yep.
All right. So then I'm not exactly sure what he did to make sure it's going straight, but whatever he did it right. So I'm going to go do my rounds and inspect around and make sure everything's all right. Check all the hatches, make sure they're buckled down, make sure everything's tied down tight, make sure I got no stragglers on the outside of the boat, etc.
All right. Deedle, when you're done eating, where are you going to go sleep?
Anywhere I can find a comfy place.
So there's some comfy places right in here, actually.
Okay.
Kraka, you don't really see anything. You don't see any stragglers. You do see the occasional ocean life swimming like real close to the ship, but nothing that seems threatening. Lala said she's going to take last watch, so who's taking third watch?
I guess I will.
All right. Kraka, how do you wake up Wakeem?
Because he's in his quarters, right? So there's, I've never went in there before, so I'm just gonna bang on the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Come in. Then you hear like shuffling and he trips over something, but then he'll come to the door.
Okay. So you come out to the door, and you see it's Kraka.
Yeah, everything's been good so far. I checked our coordinates, made sure we were still going the same direction. We're on course. I did make some provisions for everybody for their shifts, so make sure you grab something to eat downstairs.
Oh.
I'm gonna go check on Mr. Belfast before I go to bed, and yeah, safe watch.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Crocker. Keep an eye on that Belfast.
Crocker, are you going to sleep near Mr. Belfast?
Who? And then this is Howard, right? Harold.
Yes.
Harold.
Harold.
Howard. Harold. So yeah, I'll go right there.
Okay.
I won't retract in my shell this time because I'm gonna kind of like sleep with one eye open.
Okay.
Because I don't need a full rest, correct? I only need a short rest because I'm a monk. How does that work for monks?
You need a full rest to avoid exhaustion.
Okay.
If you do not get a long rest, you will get exhausted.
Then yeah, full rest it is. But
Unless you have something that reduces the amount of time you need to sleep, like in an elf's case, so you know her. She does not need to sleep the full night, I don't believe. She gets 4 hours.
oh, it's an elf thing, not a monk thing. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, trance. There's some other, but elves is the one that's a meditative state, basically.
Okay. So yeah, long light rest.
Yeah. Joaquim, you are on watch. You do not need to make a check. You do see that your ship is still on course.
Sweet. This is a good ship.
I will have you make a perception check, though.
Okay. Ooh. Perception. Rolling. Oh. Ooh. I'm going to inspiration that.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Do I have inspiration? I do. Much better.
26.
Mm.
You are able to see like the ships moving in the distance, like along the horizon, just little specks. You could also see the breaks in the waves where there's some sea creatures, some larger sea creatures also, as you're getting into deeper waters a little bit. But again, nothing eventful, nothing threatening. The clouds are actually parting now from the rain clouds that were there to see the night sky. And as the clouds begin parting, through one of the breaks in the clouds, you see a shooting star.
That's a damn beautiful night.
And clouds are in and out, but you see the moon's in between, like the full moon and new moon and phases. So, you get a glimpse of 2 of the 3 moons right now in middle phase. But yeah, it's a pretty calm night now, uneventful, and you're good to go back because you don't know where Lala is.
Yeah, where did she go?
She used stealth and hid herself.
Oh, no, I mean, as Joaquim, he's
Oh, yeah.
just wondering, like, she was here at some point. It's like kind of the last place he imagines she was. There's just kind of like an outline of where she was.
Yeah.
Like, where did she go?
She's gone.
Yeah.
But so without that, you assume that you just What do you do to try to alert her of her watch?
Alert Lala?
Yes, because she is the next watch.
Oh, gee. As I walk back to my room,
I
I'm
will
just kind
say,
of like,
you remember that she was hiding somewhere near or in your room.
okay, so once I get to kind of like the vicinity of my quarters, I'm going to start talking out loud. I'm just going to say, to all the little demon shadow children who like to hide in crevices and nooks and crannies, get up. I'm going to bed.
All right, so you go to bed.
Yeah.
All right. Lala, are you available again? I'm going to roll a stealth check for you here real quick. That's 24. So, and she'll pop out there. She will run up to check on the ship, but she will have to make a check with navigator's tools. That is not good. That is getting re-rolled. That is also not good. That is getting re-rolled. That's good. That's a dirty 20. The ship is still on course. And it's at this point that Yenor, you would also be awake because you're done with your trance. Are you staying in your bed? Or are you going to go do something else?
I'll go to the top deck.
All right, so you go up to the top deck. See your animals are fine. They're all sprawled out. Fessin is still on Poppy's head, and he's looking at you.
Anything weird? Or is it just he's awake?
He's awake. All
Okay.
three eyes are looking at you.
Oh, the third eye's open again.
Yeah.
I'll go
Just-
pet him.
He hopped back on your shoulder.
Okay.
He's a little damp.
Yeah.
You see Lala on the top deck, just checking her navigator's tools.
Okie doke.
With that, nothing eventful happens there either. And the morning sun begins to rise over the horizon. Everybody can click that long rest button.
Oh my god, finally.
I feel like I've been through the wars. Holy shit. Oh, man. I don't know if I've ever gone that long without having a long rest.
Yeah, that was how many sessions? Like 4? 5?
Crazy. Crazy.
9.
9 sessions.
9?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Episode
I feel like
55 was your last long rest.
I really feel like that's cruel and unusual punishment.
Half those sessions were just combat.
Crazy.
Your long rests hit when you would be taking a long rest. So you all get your long rest, and you are starting this next day's journey. Let me give Harold his rest as well. Make sure. Did Harold use any of his limited resources? No, not really. So he just gets back up to 102. With the resting and the watches out of the way, we are going to end it a little early, actually, before getting into the next day's travel. I think this is a good little stopping point. Not too early, maybe 20 minutes, but we're going to end a little early here. Thank you all for tuning in thus far. We hope you have enjoyed, and we will see you all next week.
This feels like an appropriate chapter end. So
It is.
I appreciate that.
I will say to the audience, since this was not done during session, that our players also all did get a level up after the combat last. So everybody is level 9 now, for anyone who is keeping track.
We rock.
Yeah. A good end to what would be this story arc and a beginning to the next story arc. Essentially, the quest to get to the Belfast secret stash. Gone this far in our group also still doesn't have a name, so maybe they'll get one sort eventually. Nevertheless, everyone have a good night. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Welcome, adventurers. This is part 2 of a live-streamed episode. To get immediate access to our full episodes, please visit chaoticallybalanced.com/support or links.chaoticallybalanced.com. Thanks. We'll see you on the next one.